Hey bitches. Alright, so if you looked at the fucking title, it says he wouldn't take no for an answer. So this is gonna be a long, drawn out motherfucking story about the chronicles of me and one of my male friends who just would not fucking get it through his head. He just would not give a fuck up. And I have to tell this story. I have to. Here we go. Okay, so I met him at Waffle House. I used to work at Waffle House. I had a friend that she was cool as hell. We worked together, and she had a friend that would always come in there, which was the boy. And we gonna call the boy BJ. We gonna call the boy BJ. So BJ used to always come in Waffle House. I guess when he seen me, he was just like, ooh la la. So when that happened, he just was always flirting with me, but I was never attracted to him. He just never gave. It just never gave. So I never showed no real interest in him. Like, he asked for my number. I'm like, you can get my Instagram. I gave him my Instagram. That was that. Like, back then, for real, I definitely didn't give niggas my number until I felt like, I'm not gonna give you my number because I don't have time for you blowing me up and shit. Nowadays, I don't even give a fuck. I will block you just so quick, or I don't give a fuck so much that I could just ignore you. But yeah, I'm not giving out my number though. You feel me? So, boom, boom, boom. So yeah, he always used to ask. Eventually, like, you know, he got on my Instagram, just like most boys when they get on my Instagram. After that, they gonna keep DMing me because, you know, I'm gonna post banger after banger, especially on my story. I mainly post on my story. I'm working on my page though. I'm working on it, you know. This year is 2025, you feel me? But yeah, so I'm working on my page. Anyway, yeah, next. So he's DMing me. He's like, oh yeah, I want to take you out. Let's go out. Blase, blase. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go out. So he like, oh wait, hold on. So mind you, when he asked me to go out, he's talking about like, he's asking me like, okay, let's go out today. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then he starts saying how, oh, he got to do some community service thing first and just give him a second. And it took him a little minute. So I'm like, boy, bye. Like, it took later than the time that he was claiming that we were supposed to be doing shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, boy, didn't you know you had stuff to do? I don't get that. So, boom. I really think that's a technique that niggas do. Like, when you a bad bitch, they know they can't just approach you like, oh, can you pull up to my house? So they'll act like, oh, I'm going to take you on a date and shit just to reel you in, but then never take you on a date. I really feel like that's one of their techniques. Like, they is not slick. You was not getting by me. Like, you nuts. So, anyway, after that, I was kind of turned off. So then I was like, well, where was you trying to go anyways? This boy gonna say Chipotle. I'm like, okay. Now, it's nothing wrong with Chipotle, but Chipotle for a date, like, nigga, that is not a date. That's more like that's fast food. You feel me? That's not a date. That's just one of the better fast foods. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Don't say you're gonna take me on a date and it's fast food. I'm sorry. Like, we could do anything for a date. We could do a lot of things for a date, but that is not a date. I don't care. I don't care what y'all talking about. So then, after that, I was just like, nah. So I just stopped really even giving him any talk time on the Instagram. So when he came into my job here and there, mind you, this is back in 2020. I worked at Waffle House in 2020. I have known this boy up until now. This story time that I'm telling is all the way up until just a few weeks ago, recently, when I just linked back up with this boy. So boom. He used to come to my job, blase, blase, that was that. But still nothing grew of it. Finally, one day he asked me to go get drinks. I was like, okay. Like, anytime a nigga be like, let's go get drinks, or anytime people won't say, let's go get drinks, and it's on them, of course I'm finna fucking go. Like, come on, like, why wouldn't I? Come on now. So, yeah, boom. I can't remember if I met him at the place, or if he picked me up from the place, or if he picked me up from my house and we drove to the place. I can't even fucking remember. All I know is we was at this place on the south side. We was getting drinks. He ordered pictures. Niggas was having pictures. I had a Long Island first, because I'ma always have a Long Island. So I got a Long Island, and then niggas had pictures. Now, one thing about it, I don't really like riding with niggas all the time. or going to niggas' houses or put myself in situations like that, because it's like, nigga, I gotta have my control. You gotta set your boundaries. So that's why I'm thinking I met him there, but maybe he did pick me up. I really don't remember. Anyway, yeah. So boom. All right, so boom. I had to roll up. I ain't gonna lie. All right, so boom. We go to the next spot. We already lit off the pictures and shit. Like, we already lit off the pictures. We lit off the we had 2 pictures, by the way. So niggas was already lit. But I'm a good, like, I can drink. You feel me? So the pictures and the Long Island, that didn't faze me too bad. Like, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't until we got to the next spot and I kept drinking that I eventually got blacked out drunk as fuck, okay? To the point where I'm holding this guy's hand. I'm holding him, so like I'm walking up on with him. Let me pull my light back. Yeah, so I'm holding on to this guy's hand, walking with him, all type of stuff. Like, he's taking pictures of me, I'm taking pictures on my phone, he taking pictures on his phone, like, of me on his phone and things like that. And yeah, we just having a good time. Like, I meet some comedians that he knows because he's a comedian, so we just having fun. We go, I think we went to one more spot. But honestly, I don't remember nothing else after the second spot that we went to. I was drunk as fuck after that. So the next day, I barely remember getting home. I don't remember how I got home. I don't remember walking in my house. That's my baby in the background. She groaning and stuff. I don't know why. Anyways. So yeah, anyways, I don't remember shit. The next day, he's texting me like, I feel like we fell in love in one night. We were holding hands all night. Blase, blase. We were kissing. When he said that, when he said we was kissing, I was like, no, right, no, for real, be for real, like, be for real. What happened? What happened? Cause I just can't. Like, he was. Like, he's mature, so it's not like he's hideous now, like up until now, but he's still not. He's just not. Sorry. Like, he's short and fat and I don't know, with skinny dreads. It's just, you know, it's just not giving. So, yeah, anywho, yeah, he told me that. I was like, yeah, if I hang out with him again, I cannot get drunk like that. I cannot do that again. Can't get drunk like that again. No way. So, of course, he was inviting me out and inviting me out and inviting me out. And I was kind of dodging him a little bit because I was kind of trying to avoid really even fucking with him for real. Because I just didn't want to give him the wrong idea. Like, him saying that we fell in love and all that weird shit. I just did not want to give him the wrong impression that, baby, this is that, okay? So the next outing I go out with him to is a comedy show. And it's one of his where he's going to go up and do his thing. And there's also other comedians there. So, of course, I go. Every time I go out with him, you know, I'm turning heads. Because I'm a bad bitch. And then when I step out, of course, I'm going to look good. Especially if we're going somewhere for real. Like, if you actually taking me somewhere, I'm going to look good. I'm sorry, y'all. My baby, she want to talk too. She want to be a star too. Okay, so back to the story, okay? Alright, so we go to the comedy shows. It's lit, it's fun. Like, that's my first time going to a comedy show too. Like, seeing people actually try to be real comedians, people that's really trying to do this shit for real, and they're up there doing stand-up. That was my first time doing shit like that. So, like, even as I'm, like, walking in, like, I'm turning heads, even the guy, like the host on the mic, like he's flirting with me, like he's bringing attention to me, like calling me bad, you know, stuff like that. And yeah, like I'm just having a good time. I'm getting lit. I'm having a couple shots, but I'm like, I am not getting drunk. He wants to keep like trying to make me take shots. He keeps trying to get me to drink. Keeps trying to, but it start getting to a point that I feel like you're trying to pressure me. You want me to be drunk. You want me to be drunk so that like I could be loose and stuff. Like that's what you want. You want me to be loose with you. But it's like I don't like you like that. So it's like if you're forcing it on me and I'm super drunk, because I'm pretty sure that's what happened that night, that I was drunk as fuck I was blacked out. So I'm pretty sure he kissed me and I kissed him back. Like I'm pretty sure that's exactly what happened. And these delusional niggas, they really be like, in they mind you wanted that. In they mind you like them. Like these niggas don't get it. They think that we're like shy or something. I don't know what it is. I think they think like we scared to say we like a nigga or not. No, if we liked you, you would know. Like you don't have to wonder. Please. We don't. So he starts taking me to more comedy shows. And over time, like I say by like the third, maybe even by the second show he took me to, he was already telling people that I'm his girlfriend. Basically telling people that we got something going on. Like the night that he took me to the first comedy show, like people was looking like all, you know, they were super into me. So they were asking him questions about me and shit. And he was trying to make it seem like we had something going on more than we would. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I didn't want to embarrass him. So you feel me? Even the host, like, he was so into me and so into like the fact that I was with him that he was like kind of like slick on the mic asking like, are we having sex or have we had sex type shit, you know? So yeah, that's just a little insight of like what the fuck type vibes is giving. So yeah, over time he's lying, and I like eventually I'm telling him like, why are you telling people that we together? Like we don't got nothing going on. Like I was not attracted to this nigga. Like I just was not. It just wasn't giving. So it was the fact that one, you like keep trying to make me drink and I don't want to drink. So I feel like you're trying to force it and trying to force me to like you, which making me not like you even more. Two, like I'm just not attracted to you. And then three, like the fact that I feel like you're trying to force a relationship. Like you're trying to force me to be with you. You're trying to force me to drink, trying to force a relationship, and I'm just not attracted to you. So it's like three things coming against you now. So boom, here comes the next part. So the next thing that niggas do after I kind of start like separating myself a little bit, like I was making it very clear to him that I do not like him like that. Like I was very aware that like this nigga kind of weird, like, but at the same time, like I didn't cut him off because he was still fun to hang out with. Like he was always taking me places and like, you know, he was just fun to hang out with. He really was. He's a cool person overall. He can be cool, but he does way too fucking much, okay? So boom. So boom, he invites me to this comedy show that's outside. It's like a drive-in show. He makes it sound good, like, you know, it makes it like, okay, you know, like come on, like come out with me, whatever, like we gonna eat, we gonna smoke. Like niggas know I love to smoke, so they're like, we gonna eat, we gonna smoke, we gonna do this, that, and the third, you know. Gonna be lit, like blase. So I'm like, bet. So we drive out to this show. This show is all the way on the north side, like somewhere farther on the north side. We go to this show, and outside they have like this gourmet soul food place. Mind you, on the ride there we didn't get no food. We smoked, or I think we couldn't smoke in the car because he was like, you know, acting as if he really had a car, but he was really using cars. Like he would have different cars. He was like riding in different cars when I was seeing him sometimes. But I never really gave a fuck to question him about that because I'm not interested in that way. So I really don't give a fuck who car you driving. You feel me? So, yeah, we go to the place. there's this soul food restaurant there. It's like a gourmet soul food restaurant. They have like, they're famous for like chicken salad. I can't remember the name of the place. It was lit. So mind you, he said we was gonna eat. So I'm hungry as fuck. Like, so when I see that place, I'm like, oh yeah, bet they got some, and this shit look like it's good as hell. They got some food out here, blah, blah, blah. So we go into the spot, we looking at the menu. He looking at the menu, he looking at the prices and blah, 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 blah. Me, one thing about it, I'm gonna have some money to eat. So I wasn't even thinking about that, even if he wasn't gonna pay for it, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't really expressing that, oh, the prices are too high, I'm not gonna pay for it, whatever, whatever. But he was kind of acting like he was gonna pay for it, you know? So we standing in line, he acting like he in line with me, and then when it's time for us to come up, he all of a sudden he's on the phone. Like a little bit before it's time for us to come up, he starts like having a phone call. So he's on the phone, and then like when it's really time for us to walk up, he walks outside. But I continue to walk up because I'm hungry, so I'm still gonna eat regardless. And I'm already peeping game. Like, you know, you've been around niggas, like, you know, if you a bad bitch, you've been around all type of niggas, okay? Woman, period, you've been around all type of niggas. Like, you know, like niggas that's broke, niggas that got some money, niggas that's gonna pay, niggas that's not gonna pay. So, you know, I'm already peeping the body language and just the weird shit. So I go up and I pay for my food. He goes outside. I pay for my food. I get a burger, some mac and cheese. I got some chicken salad. I don't even remember everything that I got. I know I had a bacon cheeseburger though. You feel me? So anyway, I get my shit. I get my receipt. I walk outside, and then he's on the phone, and he's like, "You paid for it?" Like, he's really sitting up there acting as if like he didn't know that I was about to pay for the food. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's strike one, because you already didn't pay for it, but then you want to act as if you didn't know that I was gonna pay for it, or you didn't know it was time to pay for the food. Like, don't act clueless. Don't act like you just, oh, it just was so happen you did this by accident. Like, stop it. Cut it out. As I'm getting into the story, as you can tell, I'm just getting turned off after turn off after turn off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even after based on, even if it's like, okay, I'm not attracted to you, maybe you could do things that'll make me like you, but it's like you is just not there at all. It's everything for me. That's just not, it's not giving. It's not giving. So as you can tell, as I'm getting into the, so you can tell as the story goes on, like I'm just gaining more and more unattraction. Like everything you're doing is just unattractive at this point. Like I can't feel it at this point. So I get my food, I go to the car because I'm hungry as hell. I'm about to go eat my food. Like, because the restaurant is not a dine-in restaurant. So I go to the car, sit down. He's standing outside the car, like, but standing like by my window, and he's just looking at my food. Like, tell me why he had a nerve to ask for some. Like, try to ask like, oh, let me get a little bite, or let me get a little piece. Hell no. What? And then mind you, before he asked for a piece, because I'm moving too fast, before he asked for a piece, he said, like, that food is just not worth it. $7 for mac and cheese, like, no, like, that's just not worth it. Like, the food, that's not worth it. Even though he haven't even tried the restaurant before. And one thing about me, I'm gonna spend money on food. I cannot date no nigga who do not spend money on food. Like, I can't fuck with no nigga who cannot spend no bread on no food. Like, that's such a turn off. Like, I know I can't fuck with you after that. So fast forward, after this, I really was not trying to go out with him no more after that. It was just such a turn off, and it was just like, ew, no, I'm not feeling it. On top of that, like, it was just like everything building up. Like, you weird, and then on top of that, you act like you can't pay for no food. Like, ew. But then on top of that, you want to act like obsessed with me to the point where you're lying to people saying that we're together. Like, you feel me? Like, it's just too much weird shit going on for me, so I'm just backing up. So I'm dodging him. Every time he asks me to go out, he keep asking me to go out. I'm dodging. Next thing you know, like, I think maybe some weeks later, it could have been a month and some change later, who knows, some time later, after dodging him maybe a few times, I say 3-4 times, then eventually I'm like, all right, this boy keep on trying, keep on asking me out. So boom, I go back out with him. And he asked me why I haven't been out with him, like, why I haven't been going out with him, why I've been dodging him, why, like, I've been MIA. And you feel me? If you know me, you ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you the answer. So I told him exactly what the fuck I was thinking. So yeah, I tell him, like, yeah, I don't like no nigga who can't pay for no food. Like, I don't like how you acted like you was about to pay for food. Like, I called him out completely. I'm like, nigga, you sat up there acting like you was about to pay for the food. Like, Then when it's time for to pay for the food, then you don't want to do it. Like, no, I ain't with that. Like, I just basically called him out on everything. Everything I just said to y'all, same shit I said to him. So he like, oh, okay. Then he was trying to prove himself. He was like, you know, I ain't no cheap nigga. Like, you know, I could pay for food. I'm not scared to pay for no food. Cause I'm telling him, nigga, like, I fuck with niggas that at least they could pay for some food. You feel me? Come on now. So he like, yeah, I know I can pay for some food. I can pay for some food or whatever. Like, so anyways, this nigga eventually, like, he keeps trying to prove to me that, okay, yeah, I can pay for food, I can do this and I can do that. So he came correct that night. Like, I think, you know, we had a couple of drinks. It was just a cool little vibe. It wasn't nothing major. But after that, he was like, you know, I guess in his mind, he was like, I gotta come crazy. So after that, we went on a couple more dates, and they were nicer. Like, he took me to get hibachi, nigga, and I had like the combo. Like, then I had he took me to get crab legs. Like, he was taking me places. We went to this Mexican spot. Like, we was just going to different places, and he wasn't acting cheap about no food. He was, you know, doing that part or whatnot. But at the same time, that's not gonna make me like you. So, and I never once asked him to do any of these things. I told him, like, that I don't like him like that, and I don't want, like, him to flip things. I don't want shit to get misconstrued, and I don't want shit to be turning into something that it's not. I've explained all this shit to him so many times. Like, so after he didn't, you know, took me on all these dates, over time, like, every time we go out, now he has something to say to me. He didn't call all these feelings for me somehow. Mind you, like, it's not like we talking every day. It's not like we had the sex. It's not like we even kissing. We not doing none of that. Like, I done told him so many times. I done made it so clear to him every single time that I don't like him like that. So it gets to a point that every single time I'm going out with him, the next day or maybe the next 2 days, he's texting me a paragraph about how he didn't like how this guy came up to me and I didn't say this and I didn't say that. Like, he wanted me to be acting as if he wanted me to have the behavior as if we were together, but it's like, we're not together though. You understand? Like, and it's like he wasn't getting that. Like, he was not understanding that. So it would be times that, like, I would just not go out with him. I would just ignore him for a while. And then, like, he'll be like, well, why you ain't going out with me? Why you ain't going out with me? Because every time I go out with you, you're making it seem like I'm manipulating you. Because it started becoming that. He started turning it into, oh, you're manipulating me. You're manipulating me. And I feel like you just manipulative. You know that I like you and you know I'm going to do this and that and da, 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 da. Like, nigga, I don't ask you for nothing. Nigga, I'm on my Instagram. I put on my Instagram that I want crab legs. And he was the nigga to get me some. Did I make him do it? I wasn't even literally fishing for nobody to do it. I literally was just talking on my Instagram because that is what Instagram is for. It is my Instagram. But yeah, he started turning shit into me being manipulative. So at that point, I just kind of started backing up from him until he kind of started being like, okay, she's not gonna fuck with me at all if I try to flip shit into her being manipulative. So at that point, he stopped all that bullshit, and then he'll just act like, oh, we'll just be cool. But then he'll still come with the bullshit. Like, he'll still do the same shit. So I just knew how to deal with him. Like, not too much. Couldn't deal with him too much. So fast forward to, I would say, about the end of the summer, me and my best friend are outside. And I asked him, hey, do you have a comedy show tonight? Do you know about any shows that's going on tonight? He like, yeah. So we meet up with him at the show. Me and my best friend, and I can't remember if her boyfriend came. I think he did though. But yeah, me, my best friend, her boyfriend, who's her baby daddy today. Anyways. So yeah, like, we all slid, we all met up, we went to the show, and then afterward we went to a club called Escobar, which we went to this club often. Like, it was something that we was always going to. That shit is closed down now. That specific location is closed down now. But we was going there. So we in there, we doing our thing, we having fun. Like, I'm buying myself drinks, he buying me drinks. You know, we just getting lit. We having a good time. But my thing is, my principle was, I'm not here with you, so don't think that you can tell me who I can talk to or what I can do. And then at the end of the day, I tell you we're friends, so don't take me out and then be mad when niggas come up and talk to me. Because every single time he was taking me out and niggas was coming up and talking to me, he would be making it like, oh, I did something to him, or I manipulated him, or I'm doing something to him. And it's like, nigga, I never told you I liked you. I told you, matter of fact, that I don't like you. So it's like, when are you not gonna get it? When are you not gonna get it? So boom. I see somebody I know in Escobar. So the nigga I knew, like, he kind of cute, you know what I'm saying? And he looked good that night. But, you know, it wasn't nothing, like, we didn't do nothing weird. Like, I ain't start dancing on him or no weird shit like that. Like, but he kept eyeing me. I was eyeing him. Then, you know, he, you know, motioned me to come, like, speak to him because we knew each other. And then I came up, I spoke to him. And then, like, he was like, hey, you know, like, take my number down, da, da, da. And I took his number down, or I think I gave him my number. I don't remember. But the guy, BJ, seen it. So when he seen that he walked out, he disappeared out of Escobar, never to return again, okay? And it was so funny to me and my best friend. Like, my best friend was dying laughing. I didn't necessarily think it was funny, but I just thought it was like, this nigga so this nigga so sensitive. Like, this nigga just do too much. Like, ugh. But I wasn't about to let him ruin my night. Like, that was dead. So yeah, we kept going on about our business. Here we come. The next day, he texted me a paragraph saying how he didn't like how I did that, and I played in his face, and I can't even remember. It was so long ago. Because like I said, I met him in 2020, but this shit has been kind of going on from time to time. Like, I have stopped talking to him for years, and he stopped talking to me for years because it's like, I didn't stump it in his head that I don't like you like that. But now, like, I'm gonna get to it. So, boom. He sends me a paragraph talking about how he didn't like what I did and all of this. I told him the same thing that I told y'all before I even told him, that he motherfucking, he's out of line. Nigga, you can't tell me what to do. Like, period. You can't tell me who to talk to. Nigga, I knew him regardless. I already told you I don't like you like that. I done told you so many times I don't like you like that. I don't know how you saying I'm manipulating you. How am I manipulating you? And I told you I don't like you like that. And then you still continue to ask me to go out. And then I don't go out with you. And then you still continue to ask me to go out. And then when I do go out with you, you're mad because I act single, because I am single, because I am not, and I'm not even attracted to you. Even if I was attracted to you, it would be a different story. But one thing about it is, I'm out with you, I'm not disrespecting. Like, I'm not, you know, being weird and, you know, just making it look like, oh, he came with this, like, thirsty ass girl. No. These niggas come up to me. Like, these niggas are coming up and talking to me, coming up and following me around wherever the fuck me at. It's not giving none of that. So BJ, he is, at the time when I met him, like 24. He's 28 now. I met him and I was like maybe 21 or I was 20 turning 21. So he was 24 turning 25, I guess. So anyway, there was a lot of different run-ins. I had my 21st birthday party, like at a hotel party. He came through. Some of my other friends came through. It was packed out for a little bit. You know, it was other times that it was cool. He took me to a party, like a little house party. You know, it was just all type of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That we had certain little run-ins and certain times that we had fun, and that was that. But you know what I'm saying? He always ruined it over time. Like, we'll have a few good times, and then next thing you know, like, he's texting me a paragraph about his feelings and how he feels that I hurt his feelings and this, that, and the third. Even though I told him multiple times I don't like him like that. This keeps happening. So we stopped talking for years. Like, it gets to a point where it's like he gets so in his feelings and so hurt that it's like he starts being on some shit where it's like I talk to you once in a while. So we talk. It got to a point where it's like we'll link up or talk every once in a while. Like, I'll say after this maybe after 2021, the next time we linked was maybe like 2022. Then we got a bottle. We went around like where Cobb Parkway is and shit like that. I don't even remember what we did, but then after that, I didn't see him for a while after that. Then like another night, we took some beans together. Then the next night, he was texting me paragraphs how he's in love with me and all of this stuff, and how he was just. Then the next night, he wanted me to come over. It was just different shit like that. But fast forward to we haven't talked in a couple years, and I've had my baby. I've been pregnant. He has gotten back in touch with me December 2024. He texted me, like, you know, saying how he, you know, like, oh, I can't believe you had a baby on me, and this thing, to be honest, some of the things that he's saying is kind of making me feel like you've been really watching me, though. Like, you've been one of them fake pages. And y'all, them fake pages, like, sometimes it's not always even just the fresh beef. Sometimes it's people that you, like, knew a long-ass time ago. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. He hit me up recently, a few weeks ago, and it's 2025 that I'm posting this video. He hit me up recently, a few weeks ago, and we went out. He was like, you know, I just want to go out. I haven't seen you in a while. Mind you, like I said, we haven't linked up any of these times, but he did get in contact with me December 2024. So, after this, I'm like, yeah, this is lit. I'm ready to go out. Like, I just had a baby not too long ago. I'm ready to go out. This will be fun. And he was like, yeah, get cute, wear heels. I was like, okay, where we going? We went to like a nice little spot on the north side. We went to a couple places. It was lit. We went to a comedy show with another comedian, one of his friends. She was cool as fuck. We basically spent one of the nights out with her. It was lit as hell. And yeah, we just had a good time. But of course, every single time with him cannot be a good time. Even when we did go out, like, you could tell that, like, you don't have no money like that, you know? Like, but you are being nice, and you are, like, you did buy me a drink. I had someone else buy me another drink. Someone gave me a shot. So, you know, I was lit. I felt good. But at the end of the day, you don't have no money like that. You don't have nothing going on. Now fast forward, it's 2025. You're 28. You don't have a spot. I've never seen you leave your mom's house since I've known you. You just don't have nothing going for you. You never really have a job. Like, you don't have any stable income. You don't even try to get any stable income. Like, just talking to him and, like, getting to know him again and picking his brain, I'm saying things to him like, you know... I'm saying things to him like, maybe you could, like, do this, or maybe you could drive, or maybe you could do this. He's like, nah, I don't like driving. Nah, I can't work in the warehouse. Nah, I don't like working in them restaurant settings. I don't like working with certain types of people for too long. Nah, I can't really work this, and I can't do that. And then, like, the next day, this is all over the course of days. So we go out this first day. The next day, like, this is when, you know, he invites me to his house. We're just chilling, and this is when I'm picking his brain, and, you know, I'm getting to know who you are again. Like, I'm seeing who you are again. So I'm like, you know, definitely still not interested in you. But guess what? Like I said, how it is with him. The next day, he's texting me how he's in love with me. He wants me to be his life partner and his best friend. And he's just saying all of this stuff to me, and it's just like, it's not going to happen. And I go down this road with this friend all the time, like every fucking time. Me and this friend cannot, like, he just cannot get it through his mind. And me and him always end up going back and forth. So that was that. Him saying all of that, though, I didn't let it faze me because I already know how he is. Like, him saying, oh, I'm in love with you and all of this shit, I already know he do way too much. So I never paid none of that shit no mind. He knows how I feel. He knows I'm not interested in him, and I'm not going to change that. So he asked me, hey, after all this time, what was it that stopped me? What was it that stopped you from messing with me? I told him the first thing, attraction. But there's deeper into it. But all I need to tell you is attraction. Because let's be real, that's the only reason you're interested in me is because you're attracted to me. Like if you didn't like how I looked, you would not be talking to me. You wouldn't care what I have to say. You wouldn't care what I want to do. You wouldn't want to even be around me. So I deserve to have that same privilege. I don't know why like niggas get mad when we don't like them because of their appearance. Like anyway. Yeah, so I mean, he's already kind of doing too much, but it's like I'm knowing me hanging out with him for these couple of days. I'm already knowing that it's about to be short lived, and I know that there's gonna be something that's gonna make him do way too much. Even though he say he understand that I don't like him like that. So fast forward, my baby daddy, he asked me to find someone to connect him to a rental. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna ask one of my friends. So I asked him. He gets so upset. And he starts texting me all of these messages saying how my phone battery was getting low. But anyway, he's texting me all these messages saying how, oh, you just basically showed me how I have no chance and all of this shit. And I'm like, nigga, I been told you that. You act like you don't know that you don't have a chance. Nothing changed. Literally nothing has changed about you. Maybe shit has changed about me, nigga. I didn't got my own spots. I didn't motherfucking made money. I didn't did other things, found niches and found what I like to do, and I'm still motivated to do more, and you still in the same spot doing nothing for real and have no motivation to even work and get some money. Like, I can't respect no man like that. So it's like, it's even more intensified now that it's like, I would not fuck with you. Like I said, this has been over time. So it's like, now I really don't. So me and him end up getting in this big argument. He starts really coming for me and insulting me. He's so salty, y'all, so mad because I just don't like him. And he's been salty before. Like, has said like little comments or made little comments like, oh, you just don't know what you want, or oh, you're manipulative. Like, he's tried these tactics multiple times. And for this last time, he really tried it. Like, he's wanted to come for me, being a baby mom, saying how, oh, I let a nigga make me a baby mom. And he was talking about, oh, how this and that about my baby dad. And I was going in on his ass. And I wasn't even really going in on him. I was just telling him about himself. It's like, nigga, you are 28. You are a bum. You don't ever have a job. I'm at your house in the daytime before I go to work, and you're yelling at your mom, saying how I can't even do what I'm trying to do because I can't get no support. And you don't even have to pay a fucking dime in your mom's house, and you're 28. You're almost 30. Like, are you not, like, you're yelling at your mom like a grown ass kid. Like, ew, I would never. And then on top of that, the attraction is not there. Like, all of these things on top of that. So I'm really just grilling his ass, letting him know the truth, and he's hating it. So he's saying all this shit, trying to insult me, but it's like, nigga, please. Like, then I told him, like, nigga, you're not my type. I'm like, nigga, you're the same nigga who asked me why I don't want to fuck with you, and now you're mad that I'm telling you the truth. And he want to say all of this like sly shit, like, oh, you're not my type, it's just the looks and all of this weird shit. And it's like, nigga, stop it. Your phone is off. How can you even text me any of this shit from a phone that's not on? And you're 28. You're too old for that. You're too old for that. Like, come on. You're too old for that. It's ridiculous. But anyway, that was pretty much the last time that we argued, and that's going to be the last time that I argue with this nigga. I told him, nigga, you just gonna have to be blocked from now on. Every time you come around me, you get mad because I don't like you all over again. And I have told you the same thing that is not going to change. If I don't like you like that, I just don't like you like that. How are you mad? Come on, get over it. It's not giving, Mamacita. Like, for real. You have to stop with that. But that pretty much concludes the story, this long drawn out saga that I really just wanted to tell a story about and really get into. I don't know how long this story time's gonna be, but I know I've been putting out like shorter videos, so this one I know it's gonna be a little bit longer. I got 2 videos coming. The other one is a vlog. If y'all got some ideas or some things y'all want to see, please let me know in the comments, my nigga. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all next time. Hopefully next time. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna see y'all bitches next time. Bye, bitches.